In this lesson, we will see SAP HANA SQL data types. So please remember, in this lesson we are going to see only SQL data types supported by SAP HANA. So why I am stressing the SQL data types again and again? Because in SAP HANA there are different areas like graphical modeling and core data services. So at each area HANA supports different data types. But most of the data types are common in any area, and those common data types I am going to explain in this lesson. And if you want to see the total list of data types, and you can refer SAP HANA SQL reference guide, and I am attaching the PDF copy of SAP HANA SQL reference guide in this lesson, and you can keep that guide handy, and it is going to be useful throughout this course. But you can also search the same guide in SAP HANA portal and simply search Google with the SAP HANA SQL reference guide. You will find it. Okay, let's see. So the first data type is numerical. In this numerical category, we will segregate into two categories. So the first four are integers and rest of them are real numbers. Tiny int, it's 8-bit length integer, and it supports only positive numbers 0 to 255. Similarly, small int is a 16-bit integer, and it supports both positive and negative numbers, and the range is here. Like that, integer 32-bit, big int is 64-bit. The first data type tiny int is unsigned, and rest of them are signed. And let's see the real numbers. Decimal with p comma s values. So p is the total length of the number and s is the fraction of that number. For example, if I say 1.234, so the total length is 4 and p value is going to be 4, and on the right side of the decimal those are fraction of the number, and that is s. Okay, small decimal. So the difference between decimal and small decimal, so decimal is a fixed point because we are restricting that number with p and s values, but small decimal is not, we are not restricting, so it's going to be a floating point number, and p value varies from 0 to 16 and s value varies from -369 to +368. Like that, decimal, real, double, all these values are floating point numbers. Only the first is fixed point. And float is common, like you can use either 32-bit or 64-bit based on the assigned n value, and n value supports from 1 to 53. Remember, the best practice is try to avoid floating point numbers in where condition. So when we see the select statement in our future lessons, you will understand what is that where condition. But if you know already what is the where condition, then try to avoid floating point numbers in where condition, because when we are trying to filter the data based on the number, so the numbers are not going to be uniform throughout your table, so it will vary. That's why try to use the fixed point or integers in your where condition. Okay, let me explain decimal with fixed point decimal with few more details. So let's see decimal p comma s. So for example, if I have a number with 5.00123, then the length of the string is total 6, so it is decimal 6 and fraction value is 5. So you need to define any column of the table with the decimal 6 comma 5, then it will store 5.00123. Similarly, if I have a number 1.234, then it's going to be decimal 4 comma 3, right? if I mention decimal 4 comma 3 instead of 4 comma 3, if I mention 6 comma 5 and I feed same value 1.234, then system is going to put value something like this 1.234, and whatever the extra space filled with zeros, like this 2 zeros will come. So that is about decimal P and PS, that is fixed point decimal. Let's go to the next data type, string data types. So in string data types, varchar supports only ASCII characters and the length should be less than or equal to 5000. nvarchar supports Unicode character string and the length is going to be up to 5000. And alphanum, it supports only alphabets and numerical values and length should be less than or equal to 127. Short text is similar to the nvarchar, but it enables text and string search. So this search feature is useful in analytical applications. And the next data type is date. Date format is, it stores the date in the format of YYY MMDD, 4 digits of year and 2 digits of month and 2 digits of date. And time format is in hours, minutes and seconds. Second date is combination of both date and time. So it simply concatenates both date and time with one space. Timestamp is similar to the second date, but the seconds are going to be the fraction of 10 millionth of second. So all these ends you see here, those are total 7 numbers. So each second is going to split into 10 millionth of second. For example, if you are loading data from source system to HANA and you want to see when the record exactly inserted into HANA, then this timestamp field is going to be useful. So that's all about the most common data types we use throughout our course and in your day-to-day projects. But if you want to find out any specific data types, please refer the reference guide.